Hey guys.
Hello.
So a very, very quick one. We just wanted to talk about, it's funny now, but then it wasn't funny, about the worst advice we ever received before we got married. And yes, I did say worst.
And if you're just joining our channel for the first time, I'm Otito and
This is Stanley.
And we are the hosts on Greek Out Conversations, right? Where we're trying to just show you that life is not life, especially marriage, right? It's not black or white, right? You kind of have to get used to the shades of gray. So, what were you saying about worst advice?
About the worst advice that I ever received before getting married, because I was not there with you when you received your own. So I'm a Christian man, and I was told that I had to keep the peace.
I know.
And what that did to me was it made me live scared of breaking the fragile peace, quote unquote, and hold back, not express myself, not say what I'm really thinking. Well, I found out the challenging way, and I'll leave that out. We were married for a decade plus, that it's not about being a peace. It's not about being a peacekeeper, but it's more about being a peacemaker. And I'll explain. So peace isn't the absence of conflict, but it's more the acknowledgement that there is conflict, but you are walking through it and over it and under it to address the issues and come out better on the other side.
Okay. What about me?
What about you?
I keep saying, patience is a gift that I keep asking for, the spiritual gift that I keep asking for. But one of the things was, be patient, right? Men are like babies, be patient with them, like just be patient. I mean, up to the point of denying your own, would I say your values and yourself, right? But I found out that no, you can stay true to yourself while, being patient with the other person. And again, so yeah, I mean, we've talked about the worst advice, but on the flip side, we also ask people like, what is the best advice, right? Because we don't want to leave you with just like the negatives, as it were, right? So we asked for the best advice, and we heard different things from different readers. What was the one that you picked out?
There was, you have to not just look for certain specs, but be the specs that you're looking for, whatever those specs might be.
Okay,
but I like that.
I guess we can come back to that now that people have been married for long, because remember, this is advice before you got married. True. So now that you've been married for a decade plus, 10 plus X, you want to come back and say, are you really the specs, right? In that sense of all the things you were looking for before. And then the one I saw, the one that I liked.
Thank God you didn't make me answer that.
I know. We can come back to it. The one that I liked was no romance without finance. I'm like, yeah, right? That was kind of one of the best. However, we started this with saying the negatives, right? Or the worst. But how have we flipped it? How do you flip that around, right? So if you've ever heard this kinds of advice before, how do you flip it around so that it becomes something positive that you can use, right? In that sense.
So mine was about being about keeping the peace, and so my flip was, as opposed to being a peacekeeper, I had to become a peacemaker.
Okay.
And I mean that actually involves getting down in dirty mud and working out your personal issues and then issues as a married couple to see what exactly is really the burning issue. What kind of like you have to go back to resolve those issues to come forward. And the peace, I have to say, the peace that comes after these type of conflicts is more lasting than the fragile, nobody's really talking about it, you're walking around eggshells waiting for the next eruption to go off, and so that has been my ad. Okay, as opposed to being peace, as opposed to being a peacekeeper, I want to be a peacemaker, which involves some activity,
Okay.
What about you?
Well, for me, it's knowing your values, right? I was saying how you think about the idea of being patient and saying, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It's kind of, my own thing, right? If you think about coming at life from a more direct asking for what you need point of view. And so for me, it's, you don't want to be patient to the point of your own destruction, right? As an example, if you had a child and you saw them heading for, danger, you're not going to try to be patient at that point in time. Not saying that the spouse is what you're going for danger, but there are times when you cannot just say, in the spirit of patience, right? You need to call things out. You need to do what you need to do, and then have the other person, catch up, right? If it's something where they need to catch up, as opposed to saying, I'm going to be patient and waiting and nobody moves. I think that's the thing. So not being patient to the point of your own destruction.
Well, what about no romance without finance? I guess to the brothers, the bros.
I know it's for both people though, right? Because romance goes both ways. Since we don't want to be romancing a stone, right? In that sense, since we're all about, But the idea is, you don't have to say I don't have money, right? There are many ways that you can up the romance ante according to your finances, because here we're all about financial stewardship, so being creative. But then I will say, the moment your finances go up, you need to up the ante, right? You don't just be one kind of
Shylock.
Not Shylock, but like, is it stingy, or what do you call it? Just But yeah, up the ante, up the romance ante.
It's been fun learning these things with you. Sometimes challenging, but it's been fun.
With me, you mean, or with the audience? Which one?
With you. Audience, we hang in there with you. But from our house to you,
Yep.
bye for now.
And we see you
guys
next week.